What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. First off, thanks to my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm not going to beat that dead horse. That's where I'll leave that right there. If you want to subscribe, that's fine. So if you read the description of this video, those of you taking your time out to watch my videos, I want to say thank you. I really mean that. I'm going to do a 6-month walk around on my Ford GT. If you're new to the channel, I bought this car back in, I think, November, December of last year. I've put 500 miles on the car. I had it out to a car show today. So I thought I'd just stop, make a quick video, give you guys an update on my 6-month review, so to speak. I know there's a lot of guys that review these cars, but most guys don't own them. They just go borrow somebody's car and they take it up the road and tell you what they think about it. 6 month isn't really a long term, but I'm going to give you the best review I can give you of 6-month ownership. Questions I get at car shows, complaints about the car, and just overall review of what I think of the car. First of all, my thoughts on this car. I love it. I should have bought one years ago. If you ever talk to the guys at a car show about a Ford GT, that's the thing you hear the most. I should have bought one years ago. And that is true. One thing I hear a lot at car shows, or I get asked, are you rich? It must be nice to be rich. First off, if you watch my videos, you see me working, I'm definitely not rich. I sold 13 Fox bodies and some other cars over a year ago to finance this car. Well, not finance it, but to purchase it. I do have some of it financed. It's almost paid for, not quite, so the bank does own some of it. So that plays in a large part of your ability to purchase something like this. Just being able to, work, do the hustle, put in the work to make your dream come true. I will tell anybody that if you got a dream or you got a passion, don't wait for tomorrow. If you can get it done today, because tomorrow might never come. You never know. So I'll just leave that kind of there. That's just food for thought. If you got a dream and you can make it happen, just make it happen. It's just food for thought for me. So sorry to ramble on. I just get caught up in thinking about stuff like that. So dislikes on the car, only one really dislike. The car does not have cruise control, and most of the events I take this car to are in Salt Lake, which is about a 30 or 40 mile one-way trip for me to take it somewhere. Doesn't bother me. I've had quite a few 93 Cobras. They don't have cruise either, so I'm kind of used to that. But this is a race car turned into street car, so I kind of get that. Race cars don't have cruise control, and it's just how it was built. Storage, there's not much storage in these cars. You got the frunk in the front. That's about it. So what I'm going to do, so y'all looking at my homely looking face here in my sexy dad bod, I'll flip it around, let you guys, while I walk around the car as I'm talking, and if you got any questions or comments below, feel free to ask. I'll answer anything you guys ask, pretty much to the point. So without further ado, we'll check the car out and let me know what you think. So this is my girl. I hadn't named this car yet. I don't name cars. It's just kind of not my thing. I don't know what I would even name this car. So for you guys that are new to the channel, it's 05 Ford GT. Right now it's got 8,800 miles on it. When I bought the car, it had 8,300 miles on the car. I bought it from a guy in Salt Lake. I looked at 6 of these cars before I bought this particular car. Now, first off, I'm not a red fan. I'm not a flashy person. I know you're going to think, well, he's got a Ford GT. How's he not a flashy person? Well, to me, it's a Ford, and that's just me. I wanted a white car with blue stripes, but I looked at several cars before I bought this car, and they all had flaws or, Carfax history, or they've been wrecked, or they just been really beat on pretty hard. This car was owned by a retired airline pilot. He had the car for 7 years, and the original owner prior to him had passed away. So I'm technically the third owner. I'm glad this is the car that I found. It's super nice. It's been well taken care of. It's never been mistreated. Maintenance was always done on the car, and that's the big thing with these cars, is making sure if you ever get to a point where you're going to buy one, just make sure you've got good maintenance history. That's all I'm going to say about that. So we'll walk around the car. For those of you who don't know, I get a lot of questions at car shows about the motor. I had a lot of comments, oh, it's just like it's got Lightning motor in it. First of all, this car is, it's a 5.4. Yes, the Lightning is a 5.4. This car is dual overhead cam. A Lightning is not. This car has an aluminum block. Lightning is cast iron. This motor is a dry sump, which means it's got an oil tank, which is right over here. The oil system is external. The oil pump is on the outside of the motor, not on the inside of the engine. A Lightning is a wet sump, which means the oil pump is inside the engine, not outside the engine. So that's a lot of big discrepancies I get at car shows about, oh, it's got motor like a Lightning, this, that, and the other. And it does not. So I'm gonna open up the door. This is kind of what I was talking about on the doors. A lot of people, when you park it somewhere, you kind of need room to get out of it. If you guys ever come visit me, or people that live local, probably get a good laugh when they see me parking it in the garage. So when I park it, you know, I'm not a skinny fella. I got the dad bod rocking. Sorry about that. When I open it in the garage, this is about how far I can open the door to get out of it. So needless to say, that's kind of a comical thing to see when I roll out of that thing. The car inside, if anybody's seen videos on this car, I mean, I'm going to show you nothing new. Gauges are just old analog gauges. You know, you got your tack in the center, and I always watch the oil pressure gauge because it's an external oil pump. It is belt driven. You know, the car shows it'll do 220. I may have had it about halfway. I'm not saying I have or haven't. The top speed on the car, I think, was rated at 204. This car does have the Macintosh stereo system, this big old booming speaker right here. I'm glad it's there because that's kind of how I get in and out of it. I put my hand right here to get in the car, so that helps me out. I'm going to call it the old man speaker box. That's what that's for. One complaint. If you ever need parts for the car, you have to send proof of registration ownership to Ford, which I understand that. You know, they want people just randomly buying Ford GT parts. But even if you need like hatch shocks, I did a video. I had to replace these hatch lifts right here, the clamshell lifts. Kind of like Fox body, but I needed to show proof of ownership to get that. The car, a lot of people ask me about road noise. Is it loud in the car because the engine's right behind you? Honestly, and I'm being super honest, this car is very quiet inside. I mean, even the fact that inside the car, I'll show you real quick. Sorry to keep opening the door. But this on the inside down here, between you and the road, this is it right here. You got a piece of foam, and that's just body aluminum. The engine, like I said, would be right here behind you. It's actually super quiet inside. I've taken quite a few people for a ride in this car, and they can't believe how quiet it is. It even kind of shocked me. This car is bone stock, untouched. So it's stock ride height, stock exhaust. I haven't had problems scraping the front. A lot of people, the diffuser in the back sits pretty low on the ground. I guess a lot of people, I guess you could call it a complaint. If you see how low the diffuser is on the car back here, right there, and on the other side, a lot of people will back that into curbs because these cars don't have a backup camera. It's 2005 model. Tires for the car, that's going to kind of be a complaint soon because they're discontinued now, so they're getting hard to find. Luckily, like I said, the original owner of this car is retired Delta pilot. He had just put new tires on it, not due to worn out, but due to age. The tires on the car were he put them on there 2 years ago, I think. So it's 05. You guys can kind of do the Kentucky math on that one. So the tires, I think, were 13 years old when he replaced them. One thing I can say about this car, and people that even see it, a lot of people don't even know what it is. It's kind of timeless. It's aged. It hasn't aged at all for being a 2005, 2006 body style. Again, this is just a quick walk around, my review. There's not a lot of storage in the car. You have this little frunk up front. I did take it to the grocery store one day. I got some eggs, a roll of paper towels, a 2 liter of Pepsi in there. No, this isn't sponsored by Pepsi. That's about all you're going to get underneath that frunk right there. The car show I was at today, I took just a good old trusty fold-up chair. It ended up in the front seat, which I'm sure you guys already seen that. So that's just my quick 6-month review. Would I give up? People ask, I tell them what I sold to get this car. People ask me if I have any regrets. I have 0 regrets. The only regret that I have is I didn't do this 5 years ago. And that's like, again, that's what everybody says that sees these at a car show. Man, I had a chance to buy one. I should have bought it. I should have. And that's where, you know, that's where I get back. If you have a dream or you have something that you want to accomplish in life, you know, don't sit back and wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow may never come. I'm just being straight up real there at that point. You know, I've lost a lot of friends and in their 30s and years ago, and it breaks your heart to think the things that they could have accomplished or could have gotten done that, you know, they might have had a dream that they wanted to fulfill. So I'm just being real with you guys on that part. I know that's unusual for me, but, you know, that's my dream right there. If you have a dream and you want to make it happen, just put in the work. You know, that's all I can say. So for you guys, it took the whatever time this is, you know, I apologize if I rambled on or I beat a dead horse or if I offended anybody, but, you know, thank you guys. I hope everybody's having a good weekend, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And like I said before, you guys have a great day.